And so, we announced a friendly match a couple of weeks ago with Middlesex, and ECB were good enough to put that forward to government to use that as a trial to get a small number of crowds back in. So, just got my head in the books, really. In the new normal, as soon as something's about to be opened up, the whole catalogue of written instructions come out, and we've got to get our heads around that and understand the guidance and make sure we can put it to good use.
So is that step one then? There's some written guidance from government, is it, as to what steps you should take?
Yeah, it comes from the Sports Ground Safety Authority, which is a body that was set up to really look after football stadia, but they've increased their remit over recent years. And the Sports Ground Safety Authority normally come round and do an audit of most grounds on an annual basis and just check that you're running things safely. They are also the authors of the Green Guide, which is the Bible for putting events on in stadia. And so they've effectively drafted up an annex to that to deal with COVID issues and to see how we can deliver hopefully a meaningful audience whilst also still practicing with social distancing.
So how many spectators do you think you can aim for?
I think that's going to take a little bit of a while to work out, to be honest, because there's a variety of different models that the SGSA have put in their drafts. At the moment, they're talking around 30%. I think that a number of it's quite substantial, but that's certainly not the number that we'll be doing for the trial. We'll be taking a small part of the ground and applying that sort of 20 to 30% model, depending on which model we adopt. I suspect that there will be a number of sports venues and clubs, rugby and football, and indeed cricket. We're going to need to get above that 30% because at some stage, because 30% does not make us financially viable. But it's a start, and it's about delivering confidence both to spectators that may want to come back, and also confidence to government that we can do it in a safe manner.
So is there a sense that if you're able to stage this trial match, a one-off match, safely, that actually there could be spectators to county cricket along that model this season? Is that what this is aiming for?
I don't know. I'd like to think so. I think the guidance that's come out is that spectators would be expected to come in from the 1st of October, but of course that would miss out the cricket season. And so I think there's an added incentive for us to do the very best job we can for cricket and for sport, get our head round the guidance and deliver a really good pilot that we learn some good lessons from and provides a model, because clearly there are lots of people who want to come back in and watch sport again as quickly as possible, and we are desperate to see them visit our grounds.
You've had some members in at the Oval, haven't you, during this test match? Is that right?
Yeah, we have had members back at the Kia Oval because we've also got a license to run sort of bars and restaurants as well as being a sports ground, and so what we did, we thought it'd be quite fun to use the roof terrace and allow members to come back and have a beer or a coffee on the terrace and watch the cricket from the Gisbold and Old Trafford, and that's been lovely actually to see people come back. The numbers have been manageable because we've organised it that way. But what's been really nice is the human stories and people for whom it may have been their first day out since the middle of March, and they've chosen to come back to us. So it's been good to see, and I'm just grateful for our staff as well, because clearly we've got a lot of people on furlough and we've got a lot of pressures within the business, and everyone's been taking it in turns to pour pints behind the bar.
Really, everyone's been digging in.
Yeah.
What does it physically sort of look like then, getting people in on a hospitality level, if you like? Is that following the same guidance that any other restaurant and bar is having to follow at the moment?
Yeah, exactly that. We just take that document and work through to that. And now we've got the documentation for getting crowds back. That's what we're getting our heads around. And clearly that means that we can't occupy every seat. So does that mean that we leave a gap of a metre or a metre and a half between individuals or family groups? Do we leave rows of seats out? Is there enough room within the concourse areas for people to mill around safely, evacuation, all those sorts of elements are what we're getting our heads around now. And I think when we do the trial, Oval on the 26th and 27th of July, we'll probably be taking a relatively modest block of 2,000 to 3,000 seats and applying that 20 to 30% model, and we'll be going to our members probably in the middle of next week and giving the opportunity to come in, and we'll allocate them seats in accordance with the model, and we'll see how it goes. But we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, so would this be for members only at this stage?
Yeah, I think so for this stage. Yeah, at this stage, because we've got 13,500 members, and we want to give them the first opportunity to come back and watch some cricket. Thereafter, hopefully we can roll it out, and we can also have some general admission. But for the time being, we've got plenty enough people within our membership base who would like to come and watch some cricket, and so we'll be communicating with them in the middle of next week.
So that'd be using their membership, coming in on their membership, not paying anything additional ticket-wise, obviously, if it's a non-member?
Yeah. No, indeed. No, we won't be charging for this one. It's all members